Hi, my name is Emily Bishop, and I am doing this video for my fifth assignment for my communication theory class, COMM 300, section 6382. This is for the communication theory, the expectancy violations theory. Pretty much, this theory is based off of Judy Burgoon's work. That it originally had kind of originated as a theory of interpersonal proxemic violations, meaning kind of like the proximity of what people can, how close they are when they're talking to you, like what you're comfortable with as far as, if you don't mind them being really close, or the distances that you're more comfortably talking to them. But then it eventually did expand into include other forms of verbal and nonverbal communication violations as well. Pretty much with Judy Burgoon, the expectations have been kind of compromised of, as quoted from the Sage Encyclopedia for the expectancy violations theory, is that the expectations are compromised of two components, the social and the idiosyncratic, and that on the social level, they are more of the kind of like what we expect from people, like what they're, if we're viewing them in the roles, the rules, the norms, and the practices that kind of typify a culture, community, or context that we're in. And to me, that just means like at any given moment of any given day, when we're constantly interacting with different people, we have certain expectations when we're dealing with different people, whether it's from when you're communicating with your boss, you expect them to behave in a certain professional manner. And then if for any reason that doesn't happen, then it kind of throws you off your game, so to speak. Or if you're just talking to a stranger and they get really close to your face and you're just kind of like, whoa, that's not really supposed to happen. You kind of violate my personal space here. Or even if you're meeting somebody from like a different culture, they could have different practices where, it may be part of their culture where they get really close to you. And so that's when kind of different things need to be kind of tolerated in certain aspects, but kind of explain your point too, that, what you're expecting from the interaction. Now, with on the idiosyncratic level, though, also within the Sage Encyclopedia, it states that on the idiosyncratic level, it said that they encompass person-specific knowledge related to another's typical communication practices. And to me, that kind of puts it into effect that, if you're used to dealing with somebody regularly, whether it be a family member, close friend, coworker, you're used to the way they act on a, daily, day-to-day basis. And then when they act a totally different way, it kind of throws you off your game, and you're not really sure how to deal with it at that specific given moment. Now, I'm going to show you a clip from just a couple TV clips where it shows like some proximity violations are occurring. That kind of may put this in perspective as far as proximity. So let me see if this will let me do it. Bear with me. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to turn this around so you can see it.
Now we'll try it once again. Here's the candid subject. Here comes the candid camera staff, 3 of them at least. And this man has apparently been in groups before.
I have a friend who works at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. How'd you like a behind-the-scenes tour?
Really? You could do that?
Easily.
It wouldn't be any trouble?
Of course not.
Well,
How about right now?
I'm ready. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, let me get my coat.
Elaine, what do you say?
Well, I don't think so, Aaron. I have plans.
Oh. How about you, Jerry?
I'm sorry.
You can examine the artwork up close. I'll try and catch up with you. All right.
Okay, now that was kind of like one of the examples of where the people they were thrown off by him getting that close to them talking to their face. I am going to show you another clip of, it's going to be of Spider-Man, the movie Spider-Man that came out, the original one with Tobey Maguire in it. And in this clip, it's going to show you a scene from the movie where Peter Parker is first discovering his, spider-like powers, and he's getting ready to fight with his kind of like high school nemesis, Flash Thompson. And pretty much in this scene, Flash is expecting to totally kick, Peter Parker's butt, and that's not really the case. So let's take a look at that, and so you can kind of see what I'm meaning about the expectancy violations.
That's the accident. Come on, Flash. I don't want to fight you, Flash. I wouldn't want to fight me neither. What's that, man?
Help him, Harry.
Which one?
It's all yours, man.
So as you can see, Flash Thompson and that kind of got a little more than he asked for, because he thought it was going to be somebody easy to beat up, and that really wasn't the case. I hope this helps explain the expectations communication theory, and have a good night.